Alright, so today's video we're rocking Garrett Cooper. We're going to see if we can take Garrett Cooper, get him to boost up this Miami team. Now this is not the live series team, and we're going to see if we can get a win out of this one. Now looking at the defense, we got Jean Segura. He's taking over third base for us. We got Jorge Soler playing left. Jazz Chisholm's in center. Gary Sheffield's playing right field. Garrett Cooper's manning first base. Luis Arez is playing second. We got the Birdman playing short. Ivan Rodriguez is our catcher. And Carlos Delgado is our designated hitter. That's a little bit tricky at getting the lineup together here. So, it's right-handed heavy. So I went righty, lefty, righty, lefty. It made sense to me at the time. Looking at it now, I see where I could have made some improvements. Nevertheless, this is what the lineup is rocking this particular game. So the last game we had, we got to face a theme team from St. Louis, but this one looked like we right back into somebody's goon squad, and they pitching Ohtani. That's going to be interesting because I haven't had an opportunity to face this Ohtani yet. Let's see what these records look like. We playing at good old Shippers Stadium. I don't know why people like playing here. This is a shit-ass stadium is what it should be called. He's 19-25. I hope this does make it at least through 9 innings. Jumping right into this action, we got a 2-1 count. Got the Birdman leading off the game. Jean Segura is on the deck. On the 3-1 pitch, he's actually going to throw it outside. We're going to take that walk. Now, the Birdman's one of the fastest guys in the league, so he's going to mess up. We're going to steal a base right here. Now, I didn't try to swing at that pitch. I tried to do a check swing, but he swung anyway. So that's one down, but we got a guy on second. Now, here we are on the 2-2 count. Jazz Chisholm going to lace a nice little double over between the left field and center fielder. See the 99 speeds running all around the place? That's nice. That's nice. Now we got Gary Sheffield up on the first pitch that he sees. He's trying to take that yard. I didn't get my PC over fast enough, though it felt good, but I look at it, it didn't make it. Had it did, I'm sure this dude would have probably quit out. It would have been 3-0 already, but nevertheless, we are up 1-0. 2-2 pitch to Soler, and I strike out. That's the end of the inning. Unfortunately, I didn't get to put up as many runs, but again, it's a new team to me. I haven't really had time to play with them. He's got Sammy Sosa leading off. We're able to get him with a strikeout off of a changeup. Next guy up is Murakami. I love Murakami. He's on my God squad. He's going to rope it. That's what they call it when it's a line drive. They say he roped it. Well, he roped that right to our center fielder, so that's 2 outs. And then Matt Chapman's going to pop up to Garrett Cooper. That's it. 1-2-3 inning. We're still up 1-0. Now we have our Luis Arez up, and he almost, again, me and that PCI, I was having a bad morning. I had to play this game at 6 o'clock in the morning prior to my little guy waking up, because as soon as he wakes up, he seems to have shit in one eye and blood in the other, and he's looking at me. In the meanwhile, Shohei Ohtani's wheeling and dealing over here. He gets Garrett Cooper to strike out, putting up 2 outs on the board. Next up is our Ivan Rodriguez, our catcher. He's going to hit a lazy fly ball out to right field. That's going to be an easy out. That's 1-2-3. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Coming up, we got his Chipper Jones. And on an 0-1 pitch, he's going to lace one over my head. Soler's head. I couldn't get to it. Soler's got pretty slow speed. I threw the ball horribly, as you see here. My guy wasn't even close to the base. But it didn't matter. We weren't going to get him. Now he's got Jazz Chisholm Jr. up, and on a 1-2. We get him to roll it over to our second baseman, Arez, but as you can see there, I'm still learning how to press buttons, so they're both safe with no outs. Next up, we got Trey Turner. We luckily get to bounce it in the dirt, get him to swing at that, so now we're 1 out. We're going to need 2 more outs, but he's got 2 guys on, and his team is a goon squad. So with Ohtani up, he goes for a bunt for some reason, and it luckily went straight to our pitcher, Willis. And Willis throws a strike at home. We cut that guy down. He did not score. We are still up 1-0. And I am scratching my head at this point trying to figure out who the hell gets on at 6 o'clock in the morning to bunt with a home run hitter. Next up, you got Jeter. He's just going to ground it out nice and easy to our shortstop. That ends the inning, and we get out of that jam. Our number 9 hitter, Delgado, comes up and takes a swing at it. He got some good wit on there. I'm not going to lie. That PCI looked good. That was a 102-mile-per-hour fastball, but unfortunately, that was just a long fly out. Well, back to the top of our inning, we got Birdman. He's looking to replicate getting on base, but in this situation, he did not walk. You see my PCI placement is horrible again, so it's just a pop up to second. That's 2 down. At this point, I'm getting a little nervous because, see, this guy was able to get those runners on pretty easy last inning, and I'm having problems just making contact with the ball. So here we are with 2 down. Gene Segura's up, and I squared it up, but easy roller to third, and that's it. We are going to the bottom of the third, and his first batter up is his last hitter, number 9 hitter, Mike Napoli, and he takes me yard. I don't know where Dontrell was throwing that ball. That is not where the fuck I asked it to be placed, but he threw it right down the middle to the guy, so now we are tied 1-1. With Sammy Sosa up, we get him to strike out at a fastball in the outside corner. Sammy Sosa staring down my pitcher like he got something to say. Murakami hits one out to Sheffield. That's going to give us 2 outs, so we're making progress. But again, the game is tied, so don't go celebrating just yet. Got me thinking about pulling people out of the bullpen because I've never used Dontrell Willis, and he's not got a lot of pitches to work with here. We luckily get Matt Chapman to ground out to our third baseman and end the inning. That's going to let us come back up. On a 1-1 pitch, he hits Jazz Chisholm, sends him to first base. That's cool. We got 99 speed there. On an 0-2 count, he throws a quick pitch is what we call it for 102 miles per hour. That strikes out Sheffield looking. And on a 1-1, we get out at first. Now, Chisholm is safe at second. He did beat that, but you see there I was stretching and reaching for that hit. And so make a long story short, nothing happened in this inning. It was a boring 1-2-3 inning other than my guy getting hit. Here we are to the bottom of the fourth. And when you play in these low-scoring games, they start going kind of fast there because nothing's happening. Nobody's getting on base, no home runs, not holding up. So his first batter coming up, we get Chipper Jones striking out. Second batter up, we got Jazz Chisholm. He strikes out. So now I'm starting to get some confidence back because he's not hitting the ball like he was that one inning. We get his Trey Turner to go ahead and pop this out to our first baseman. That's another 1-2-3 inning. We are headed to the top of the fifth, trying to put some runs on this board. We got the man of the hour, Garrett Cooper. Takes a real good swing on that, but unfortunately he don't have enough power or pop or whatever you want to call it to get it out the park. Now we got Ivan Rodriguez, who I didn't expect much from, and check this out. Yeah, he gets a nice little single. It didn't go through the infield, but he had enough little speed there to beat that out. Now we got Carlos Delgado back up, and he's going to rope this one over to between center field and right field for a double. Now, unfortunately, Rodriguez didn't have enough speed, so I would have sent him home, but we keep him at third, and we're hoping somebody can knock one of these guys, if not both of them, in. You got Delgado screaming out he got the power of Grayskull or some weird shit because he got a little double. Now we got Birdman back up with his 98 clutch. He's going to go ahead and hit a little grounder to second. Even though he's out, he does knock in the run. So we are now back up 2-1. Our number 2 hitter, Gene Segura, takes a whack at the ball, but unfortunately it does not go where we wanted. It looked like, based on that PCI, he should have smacked that out of the park, but nevertheless, that's a third out of the inning. Now on the bottom of the fifth, on a 1-2 pitch, his Shohei Ohtani gets that run right back. Again, Dontrell Willis throwing the fucking pitch wherever he wants, not where I want it. So now we're back tied on the first pitch to Derek Jeter. He's going to pop it up to our center fielder. Bringing back up Mike Napoli, who already hit one homer on us, but luckily this time around he's going to promptly pop that up to our catcher. Going to give us 2 outs for the inning, so we're almost out of here. Trying not to give up any more runs. So apparently they kicked Sosa out of the game for giving my pitcher googly eyes in his last at bat. So this gentleman's using Santander. And I'm sitting there like, man, here we go again. Murakami comes up, lefty on lefty crime. He gets a single. Now he's got 2 guys on base. Even though there's 2 outs, it's still something to worry about because this guy's starting to hit me. And luckily for us, we get Matt Chapman to do a little simple ground out to the pitcher, who quickly reacts and throws it to first, and we are out of that inning. Now at this point, the way the pitcher is pitching, I'm starting to have shit in one eye and blood in the other. Now we got Jazz Chisholm up on a 0-1 count. He's going to pop out to the left fielder. Again, that looks like the PCI and everything was decent enough to possibly get a base hit. Gary Sheffield comes up. He's 0 for 2. This is another one. Now this one should have been a pop-up. That PCI is definitely underneath the ball, so now it's 2 outs. So this is around the time where I'm starting to get a feel for my PCI finally this morning. And sure enough, I can connect on one. Jorge knocks that opposite field for us, gives us back the lead. Now we are up 3-2. And again, I'm starting to feel confident at the plate. I'm just not so confident about our pitching. Luis Arraez comes up and he smacks a single right up the middle with a perfect swing. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get much done after that. But still, it's letting me know that we're getting to him. He did do a pitching change. And sure enough, Garrett Cooper promptly rolls out to shortstop. That ends the top of the 6th inning for us. So we're at the bottom of the 6th. I'm still rocking Dontrell, even though I feel he's shaky. First man up, Chipper Jones grounds out to our shortstop. We got 1 down. Jazz Chisholm strikes out watching a fastball. He's got his Trey Turner up, who's been having a pretty tough go of the day, but on this one, he's going to smack a single up the middle, putting another man on base. So he was out hitting us. He had more hits than we did, but we were able just to capitalize more than he was. And then we get Shohei looking at another fastball to end the inning. First up, we got Ivan Rodriguez. He gets a good swing on it, but it's just another pop out for him. He's not the strongest hitter on the lineup, as you can see in the numbers. Carlos Delgado, who's already come through with a double. Again, he puts good wood on it, but that's just going to be a second pop out. So it's 2 down. And we got John Birdie up, the Birdman, versus Lee Smith. And on the first pitch, he is now giving us that breathing room we required. It is 4-2. We are happy, we're celebrating, we're hugging, we're loving. Everything's right with the world. He ends up striking out Gene Segura to end the 7th. And we're at the bottom of to end the top of the 7th. Now in the bottom of the 7th, he comes right back with Derek Jeter and hits a home run. So I go to my bullpen. You don't see it on screen, but I start getting guys warmed up and getting ready. We get Mike Napoli striking out, just watching another fastball. That is the 3rd strikeout that we caught him looking. We got Santander up, who's already come up and hit a single on his first at bat when he got switched in. But in this case, he's just going to ground out to our 3rd baseman. That gives us 2 outs. We're trying to make it to the 8th inning and hoping we can squeak a win out of this. Murakami's up, and he hits a little weak ground to first base, and that's going to end the 7th. We are headed towards the 8th inning. So first man we got up is Jazz Chisholm on an 0-2 count. I'm going to hit one to left field. That looks like it should be a routine out, but maybe he dropped his controller and it made his dude jump when it bounced off the floor. But that ended up being a double for us. And then a 1-1 count. Gary Sheffield's going to punch one right up the middle. That's going to score Chisholm from second. And that's game. That was the end of it. This guy did not want to continue. I got to give him credit. He didn't let us get too far away from him. It seemed like every time we scored, he had a response for it. So with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching us play with the Miami Marlins theme team. Again, if you try to use this team, just be wary. It's a lot of right-handed hitters. If that's not a problem for you, then knock yourself out. With that, like and subscribe our videos, please. And we'll see you on the field in the next video.